if he yells flank left, that means you're gonna go around. You ain't gonna run this way. You ain't gonna do the Medal of Honor run. You're gonna try to get around some cover. And come remember we went around flanking? Now you try to get on a 90 degree the best you can. And then lay your fire down. Keep it simple. Otherwise people get confused. Get screwed up.
So what was the 3 Ds you were supposed to yell out when you had contact?
Direction, distance, and description. Again, people teach different things, but this is what we found worked out best. And we'll do this with airsoft. You can see, and it'll get screwed up. After you've done it about a dozen times, you start seeing some stuff move a little smoother.
Yeah.
But it's chaotic. I know a lot of people teach to attack the ambush. It is an option, but
Wouldn't flanking be an attack?
No, they mean as a direct.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people like to do a direct attack. If you don't attack, you need a flank.
Excuse me.
And use cover and concealment and get them in a crossfire. But to go up against a team that has a planned ambush like that,
Right.
your best bet is usually just to break contact.
So the general rule of thumb worldwide would be if somebody's doing an ambush, they've got outnumbered already.
Could be, but again, it could just be a spot ambush. You could just have 3 or 4 guys up there against this, and they might just do a spot ambush.
Okay.
Problem is, the good thing is if you use good tactics, especially in the woods, if these guys are using good tactics and good movement, good camouflage, this guy or guys, if they're doing a spot ambush, let's just say they picked a good spot where you're coming through, and let's say you don't clear the danger area. We'll go into that next, how you should handle this to avoid an ambush. If these guys are moving good tactics and they're taking a knee, they're camouflaged up, they're using cover, chances are in the woods, these guys will be confused on how many guys are out there. Make sense? They're going to be confused on who's out there and what they're doing. So, if they do shoot at you, they won't know the whole picture. It's not like they have an overhead view of a football field, seeing everybody moving, it's going to be a little confusing. The best thing you can do is, most of the time if somebody's going to ambush you, and this isn't if you just bumped into somebody, this is you're going to ambush, if somebody's they're doing a spot ambush where they pick a spot where they think you might come through. They bait you into something, whatever it might be. They have 3 guys, they got all the way around, they have escape routes planned. If somebody comes up, so they know what happens, they're going to cause some havoc and get the hell out of Dodge. You're coming through with your team. Oh no, I screwed up. This is the kill zone here, this area. They're looking for a good area, they put, whatever it might be. This team's coming up on this, okay? The tracker, point man, whatever, realizes this is a good kill zone. And there's a danger area. Let's just say there's a rock or a log or something these guys have cover behind, okay? And then he realizes this. What you're gonna do is you're gonna clear the danger area. You're not gonna go through the danger area. You're either gonna take the whole team and flank around. And probably what you should do is if you're gonna do that, you probably should put yourself into 2 teams. Now why you have 2 teams the guy has to worry about. They can move as one, or they can bound. That makes sense? So now these guys, you got 2 teams coming up on them that they're worried about. Or you can be like this. It doesn't have to be like, it doesn't have to be like that. It just, whatever,
But you split it up though.
That's what I would do. Because then I have 2 teams that these guys have to worry about if there is somebody up there. Make sense?
So this could get even more layered or complicated. You could have the original ambush guy is thinking they're going to spot this as a danger area, and they're going to want to make sure that it's safe to go around. So you could set like a secondary ambush for the people that are clearing the area. Yeah. I mean, it gets layered.
Yeah, it can be layered. It can be real intense. Okay. It's really tactics.
Just like playing chess.
Yeah, it's basically what it is.
Yeah, okay.
So you could do that. Or you could do this. If these guys have good cover here, and they can lay down fire on this, you can take 2 guys and they can flank around. They go shoulder to shoulder or overwatch. It makes no difference. You know what I mean? And these guys can cover him this way, and he's covering the rear, and these guys go on and clear. If there's nobody there, you meet back up over here, and you're golden.
So how do you know when everything is over with? I mean, you just have an absence of sound. Like you get these 2 guys that are flanking. What if they get killed? And
Just about that.
How these other 3 guys going to know if they're not in visual contact anymore?
Well, you'll hear gunfire, okay? You can you don't really want to yell out, but if you don't see them moving or you don't have radio contact or if you know something went bad, then you gotta make a decision what do you do.
So it's going to be real quick then.
It'll be real quick. None of this takes a long time.
Okay,
you know,
right.
this is all happens real fast.
Yeah, all right.
These guys should try to stay in the best they can contact with these guys through radio, visual, or whatever. You know what I mean? Because again, they get out of contact with these guys, they don't have much. That makes sense? So in essence, you want to try to, if you can, stay in visual, some form, not all the time, but you know, through different ones. And say in radio, we are approaching, remember, we're approaching the clearing zone. We're clearing the zone, you know, the danger area, you know? Again, that's basically what you have to look for in that. Those are the best ways to handle it with smaller teams. To try to, again, don't go down in the kill zone, clear it. Or take the whole team around and clear it. Depends on what the situation is.
The whole team sounds good.
Yeah, because these guys, what'll happen is, and you'll find it out when we do this force on force, when you don't come to the kill zone, even though they have escape routes, and they see a team flanking them, and then a team on cover, they get real nervous, because now they've lost all their advantage.
Yeah, right.
You know, now they got to figure out what to do.
This is basically only going to work for them if they have surprise.
Yes. A lot of times they probably would take, once they realize that, if I was the team leader, I realized that.
Unless it's bait.
Yeah. If I realize that these guys are trying to clear me, I'm just going to take my team and we're going to go down the escape route. That's the reason you plan these spot ambushes. You need to have a good escape route in all different directions or eye points, because we don't want to get in a crossfire here with these guys because now we lost all advantage. The best bet is for us to get up and move and get the heck out of Dodge and do something else. Not rocket science, is it?
No, but you kind of have to really know what you're doing though. Like practicing with each other, knowing how each other thinks.
That's the reason force on force in teams is the best way to do this. Is because as you do it more and more and more and more and more, you realize this. You can remember, I remember when we did this, we screwed this up. We came in too sour. And we were in our team's line of fire. That happens, you know what I mean? And it's just by doing it. And by using airsoft or something where you can shoot a projectile, it makes it a lot better because you know when you hit, you get pinned down when you got BBs coming at you. Because of blanks, everybody thinks they're Quigley down under and everybody made their master shot and everybody's dead. But I'm here to tell you, when you get out there and you see guys pop up in your sights, you most of the time will hit the wall where you do not realize you just start shooting. You're not really aiming, you're just squeezing the trigger and you're shooting. And you don't hit shit by doing that. That's the reason why you want to look down your sights or your front post and make your shots count and stay calm and shoot. Only way to do this is by doing this where you get surprised, you have guys and you start shooting BBs at them, airsoft, and you realize, it's amazing. The first couple times you do it, you're like, man, I missed everybody. It's because you were just yanking the trigger and not hitting nothing. As you do it more, you're like, front sight, what do I see? Front sight, what do I see? Boom, boom, you know, and you go, and the only way you do it is by doing it. And then you realize the mistakes you made, you know? You walked in the kill zone because you didn't realize it. Next time we see that, we know this is a kill zone. The best thing you can do is just get teams out there, give them airsoft guns, keep it short and sweet, you know, where you lay out scenarios and let them run through it. You know, everybody will get better at it and feel more comfortable. Anybody has anything else to add? Mm-hmm. Blanks, like I said again, they don't work well for this because everybody, all it turns out is everybody starts shooting and nobody takes cover and everybody breaks the rules because you don't, a lot of times you don't even know who you're shooting at. If this guy shoots at this guy moving, with blanks you don't even know it because you just hear a bang. You don't know who you're shooting at, you know?